Good morning, today 227. It's actually 20 past 2. I've not filmed at all today. I'll give that a quick clean. So sorry, I've been out unfortunately doing stuff. So at the moment what I'm actually doing now is sealing shower tray. We're actually going to go with a concrete finish. So what I'm actually doing at this present time is using a product called Hydroban. And what this does is literally puts down a surface waterproof. It's a two-stage process. You put the Hydroban down first and then you put the primer on after it's actually cured, and that then creates a waterproof membrane that stops any water penetrating into the concrete. Apparently. So at the moment I'm obviously just applying this as we speak, and then we're actually going to put some mortar down. We're actually going to try and create our own concrete flooring rather than trying to source something else. The only thing I have to do is just get some silicone very quickly and just run a bead around the where the concrete board is here, just to make sure we get like a little bit of more of a seal there, and then we'll go over the actual silicone once it's dried. But anyway, just wanted to show you that because I can show you how that works out in the end. Here they don't do rubber sheeting for their waterproof, they actually use Hydroban. So I'm going to give that a go. We would normally use something with DPM sheet or rubberized sheet, and then we would tile down to that. But anyway, in here, let's have a quick look at what changes have happened whilst I've been gone. Main one, I suppose, is we're actually walking through what looks like to be a kitchen. At the moment we have the runway going through the middle. This is going to be a breakfast bar kitchen area, so there'll be there was actually going to be 6 units, now it's 10, but rather than put an extra 4 in there, we've actually come up with we've had these made, which are 1,200 units, which will have 3 drawers in there that will pull out, so there'll be 6 drawers in total. Dishwasher in here, main sink, hot water tap, spare unit, cooker. Then the hob will go in here with an extractor. And here we've had these made again. We brought in the 6 units, but we've had these made here. I want all of the actual product like kettles and toasters, I want them away. So we've had electrics put in the back of these. This is where the actual, we'll have a little bit of worktop put in there, stabilise a bit more. There'll be 3 shelves in here that'll be coming out, 3 drawers, sorry. And this will be where different like coffee machines and whatever else gets stored away. We've got to sort out the hole in the floor here so the next one can go on the end. But that is technically going to be the run of kitchen along here. Fridge and freezer integrated in here. The worktop's looking like that, a nice space apart. And then obviously a lovely breakfast bar area over here that obviously people can sit and eat and enjoy. As you can see over the road, we have different colours going on the wall. So they're actually mortaring that as well as mortaring the side of the building as well, in between two, which is good. So we're getting that finished off. The guys outside have actually got number 1 pipe in and backfilled apparently. Certainly can't see it, so it definitely is up and in. And then down here, same thing again, pipe is out, pipe is in. It's being concreted, we're going to get stones all the way around it, and then we'll backfill that as well, and then hopefully sewage pipe saga is behind us. No doubt it'll raise its ugly head again at some stage in the future. We've had quite a bit of rain here today for some unknown reason. Didn't think they had that much rain in Barbados. But yeah, so it's been sludgy and muddy and all sorts, so that's not ideal. But it was a good time for me to go off and get some other stuff. The electricians are working on getting the pumps and the electrical sources downstairs. Water again? Huh? It came from the top?
Yeah, that
leak of water.
Set your trunk in.
You got to say,
It's just there, isn't it? Yeah, so we thought it was a pipe, so we actually sealed those up. No water coming from those, but it's definitely coming from the lid.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Okay, so is it coming from underneath? Or is it coming from here? That's the question. No, but they're concreted in, so is it leaking down the side of the concrete, or is it getting in through the tray itself? Who knows?
This is a screw. But that's just for here.
Yeah, it might be worth
Wait, this the screw or not?
So the trouble is on the back of them, you actually have these little lips, and they've been broken off. Look. So that is meant to sit in the
Oh,
channel.
that's supposed to sit. No,
And what then? Yeah, what we'll get the guys to clean the rubber. There's a rubber in there, so we'll get that taken out, get that
Right,
cleaned.
so it means they're supposed to screw on to tighten.
Yeah. It's meant to, yeah.
It's supposed to tighten.
But the trouble is, there's no point tightening it down. There's nothing to tighten against. So they've broken them off.
Right.
We might have to get a couple of new lids. Not ideal. But at least we know it's not coming from those pipes down there.
But the pipe warning cause they're no
It
water.
all needs to be cleaned out, number one. We need to clean it all out, get down to the rubber, and then find some screws, apparently, that we're meant to screw it down with. I've never seen those. I might have to get new ones. There's nothing on these ones either. Anyway, another issue to contend with. We love an issue. We do love an issue. The other thing we've got to do today, which is one thing I've been neglecting because I've been coming in here so often, is the air conditioning holes. Obviously, some of them are boarded up, some aren't. But number one, I've got children coming in soon, so I need to get them boarded. And two, things like this, I can't put the unit here without that being boxed up and sorted. So I need to get that done, as I do also need to do in the bedroom. So I need to get this is how short the actual concrete laminate be, and as far as where the concrete was meant to come to the lip of that. To prove it, let's have a look. 7 inches, okay, no, so that's 6 inches concrete, so that's just proud. So that needs to be broken out, and then we also need to then fix something that's flush. And then we'll have air conditioning grills that will go over those at some stage. So other than that, obviously I'm finishing off this. In here is now been moved as well, the plumbing. The American height was wrong, so we now got English height, which is good. So we now need to obviously get that border back up again. Now it's been butchered. And then in here needs to be sorted out because we need to get washing facilities. Washing machine, tumble dryer, need to work. More boarding going up around here. Framework is doing well along here, so that's now pretty much finished along there. And now just finished off this side, which is good. No other real change down here. Obviously there's been some plastering around the outsides, sanding down obviously. And then in here, this has now been sanded and painted. A little bit more filling around the windows, so it needs to be sanded down. And there's the wardrobe. You can't see those in there, but that's where they are. And obviously just need to finish off around here. So filling on here, we're going to eventually just plasterboard straight over this. Build a door frame out in here anyway, so we're probably going to put the door frame more over here somewhere. Get those doors when we get those installed. Other than that, more is happening, so I'll give you an update as and when more happens. In the meantime, that's pretty much it. The guys out there are obviously doing the pipes and concreting, and also the steps, if I show you really quickly. The steps have been sorted out as well, which looks 10 times better. So hopefully the rain can stay off and we can carry on doing what we've got to do. Check in soon. Shorter day on the filming front today. Let me give you a quick overview of what's happened before I go. 5:10. I've got to wait for somebody to turn up anyway, so I've got to wait for that one. But anyway, steps are looking prettier. Give me some ideas, guys. What should I do? Should I paint them? If so, what colour? Obviously, that's how they were like. Made by Rayside, they were. Honeycomb specials. And now they're looking like this. More of a polished front. A downside, obviously, with putting more concrete on top of concrete is that eventually the edges chip and all sorts. So what are we going to do with those? What are we going to do? What else did we do? The rain came down, as you can see. We got that bit there plastered whilst the rain was carrying on. And then they managed to get that part done. Just that little corner there missing. What a pain. One pipe, cover back over. We also need to get some weight on it after it's settled a little bit. Another pipe dug up, laid down, concreted and stoned. I'm not too sure if they've managed to do the other end. Need to look at that, make sure they have. Doesn't look like, it might slid straight back in. Let's go around and have a quick look, because you can have a look at the benching to see whether they had to break it and put it through or not. Yeah, so they managed to slide it in, so that's okay. You really should re-bench that, because obviously of the leakage. But we'll have a quick think about that. They should really be putting all this back on as well, just to cover it up. No point allowing unnecessary mud and water in there. Obviously a little bit messy up here, obviously, but that's what we're doing at the moment. Up here, as I just said, managed to get a lot of that done, which is quite nice. Definitely prettier on the eye, that's for sure. We do have a little bit of water settling here again, so we need to work out what we're going to do here. I think the first thing we need to do is obviously definitely get it filled around here, because that's just going to let damp go in. Kitchen. It's in place, well, it's clearly not finished. But this is where the kitchen's going to be. There's the kitchen on the wall. We've got to sort out the holes in the floor, like I said. Do that first thing tomorrow. This has had its first couple of coats of paint. So sanded and painted. Still need to obviously do the return here. What we've done here is plasterboard this one, because this one had a bit of a reset. So what we'll probably do is do the same one here just to match it. We can get away with just skimming that, but that does mean that that will be different. So I think we're going to do both sides to make it equal. Light needs to be cut in. A little bit more sanding down by the looks of it. Not a great deal of coat on there as well, so we need to sand that down and potentially get away with painting that at the moment, I would have thought. But you can see the yellow coming through, so I assume it needs another couple of coats. Framework's been done in here. And the plasterboard has obviously gone on the one over there already. Doors fitted in as locking, which is good. Need to get the locks now and get these all locked on. All the doors are still open, so we need to get them shut and locked. Yeah, they're all open, so getting that shut. Everybody's gone. Bathroom, we've managed to, I've managed to just put down the treatment. So that's the two coats. One is a bond and one is a primer. So they're now ready to be mortared tomorrow. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing in the morning. Get some mortar mixed up and start seeing if we can actually get the trap in there and the right level. I might have to take a little bit of concrete out the floor here, in all fairness, because I think the trap itself is going to sit a bit proud. That really should be the tiler's job, really. I shouldn't be doing that, but anyway, I'll get stuck in where I can. In here's had the same thing. We've had the two coats put down, but here what we did is we actually took this one down a bit further. So the trap itself has been cut out on the floor, as I showed you earlier on. So that one sits in there quite nicely. But we need to decide whether we're going to do the same next door. I think we should, and then that way we can actually take the concrete straight down to it. The downside to that is that means I have to get it done in the morning before we turn home. So we should be getting that done tonight, really, so that I can actually get it covered and coated before the morning. But I think I'm going to take this one down there now, just quickly put it in, see if it works. If it works, then at least I know what I've got to do. This is the little contraption we've made to try and make sure that the trap can sit proud enough. That's the way it needs to be. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for today. A lot more plasterboarding, obviously, today. The water was cut out here, if I showed you. A bit more of a mess than I was hoping, but obviously they've got to get down to the bottom to the pipe, so that's now where it needs to be, so we can actually get the units. Once this is sanded down in here, we can get the units in and start obviously rigging that up. These are pretty cool, which I did show you. So the kitchen itself is going to have a cooker here, 2 units. Then we've got these 1200 drawer units, and then we've obviously got the dishwasher and the rest. So quite a nice set out, and it matches obviously on the wall. So this is the fridge and freezer, etc. Like I said earlier on. So yeah, plasterboarding going on here. This is all now boarded up. It does concern me a little bit that this is all boarded. Obviously you've got the doors behind there, so fingers crossed we won't need to access them anytime soon. Other than that, plasterboard going up there as well, so we could have this all sanded and done by the end of the weekend. That would be nice. Certainly need to make sure we've got no dust, that's for sure. Anyway, so that's about it for now. I'll update you tomorrow.